This is Jessica Kellner, Editor-in-Chief of Mother Earth Living magazine, and today I'm going to share another healthy snacking idea with you. This time it is kale chips. This is one of those snacks you may hear about a lot, but you don't know exactly how to make it. It's incredibly simple, and I'm going to share with you my favorite way. So you want to start off with a bunch of kale that you've washed, and then you just pull the kale off of its ribs. This is really small kale, so you can just pull it off this way. If you have larger leaves, you may want to use a knife to just cut that central rib out, and you also want to tear it up so it's in bite-sized pieces. So once you have your kale cleaned up and in a bowl in bite-sized pieces like this, all we're going to do is add some olive oil. Now you can measure out about a 1/4 cup, but I just do it by sight. You want to just cover all of your kale pretty well with olive oil. And then the same thing with some pure lemon juice. You can measure out maybe about a 1/4 cup, but I just do it by sight. I like my kale really lemony, so I add quite a bit. And then you want to add a really good amount of salt. You want your kale chips pretty salty. These are kind of an alternative to potato chips, so it's a nice salty snack. So we put a good amount of salt in there. Now at this point you also can add other flavorings. If you would want to add garlic powder, garlic salt, cayenne, anything like that, you can go ahead and toss it in there while you're doing this step. And then you're just going to blend it together. I use my hand so I can really feel that every leaf is getting coated with the lemon and olive oil mixture. And then we're going to let this sit for about 30 to 40 minutes just so that these flavors can penetrate the kale leaves, and it's going to soften it up a little bit before we bake it. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes and our kale should be nice and ready to put in the oven. So you just want to take a baking sheet, a cookie sheet, or any shallow pan is fine. You can oil it. It's usually not really necessary because your kale chips are very oily. And you want to put the kale chips down. It's important that they be in a single layer because we want them to all have access to the heat in the oven. So put this down, spread it out into a single layer. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and pop it into our preheated 400-degree oven. Usually it takes about 15 to 20 minutes, but you want to just make sure that the kale is completely dried and that there's no moist spots still in the kale before you take it out of the oven. Okay, so it looks like our kale chips are done. You want them to look pretty dark and crispy. Now after they've been in there, they may be a little stuck to the bottom, so you want to just scrape them around, and if you see that they still are moist and you're not planning to eat them right away, you might want to pop them back in so that they're totally dry. If you're planning to eat them right away, it doesn't matter too much. So our kale chips are ready to eat. They're super delicious and super nutritious. Visit us at motherearthliving.com for more healthy eating and healthy living tips. Thanks!